Look at, we got a little friend here. I'll be damned. Look at that. Are they friends of yours? Trying to zoom in on you. Alright, I'm gonna walk away because I might be disturbing him. I'll give you one guess what I'm doing today. It's like the third day in a row. You know what it is? I just want to keep moving because I got my ski muscles back from skiing and I loved it. Did a lot of skiing, had a great time, and I just want to keep moving, although hiking through the woods is very, very different than sliding. I would much rather slide. Okay, looks like I already picked up a deer trail. And I'm gonna head up here. And this is a totally different location than where I've been. And the reason I'm picking this is because this is the last place I saw an 8-pointer and I saw a 6-pointer up here. So I'm gonna head up this hill and find some deer trails and then work my way back down. And along the way, we will see what we can see. There's always something to discover out here. It's like a natural sluice right here. Zeroing in. Look just up there, past that big boulder. That's a deer trail. You ever want to use something like this for fire or shelter? Be careful. You see that crack? You get it hot enough under there. That's coming down. The rock will expand and let loose. I gotta find a better way to hold this camera. I've been seeing big herds of deer and I'm not seeing any antlers anywhere. You can't tell me they're old does because there's babies in there. So, I mean, not unless somebody harvested them. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But yeah, I mean, even on private land, like farmers' fields, I'm not seeing antlers. So, you know, either somebody got the bucks or they shed already. There's also a fella who hunts or used to hunt up on the other side of this hill. There are houses up there, and he's a bow hunter, and he's traditionally gotten a deer in this area every year. All right, let's get trucking. I'm just thinking, if there was a market for deer shit, I'd be rich. I sure can't find the deer shit, but I'm not finding the sheds. So you saw what I did there. I did a zigzag up and down, the head on a swivel the whole way through. And there's a ton of deer shit out there, but I am not seeing any sheds. I did find a part of a hip bone, but it was very old. Deer hip bone. Right here. So I'll give you one guess. What do you think happened? I didn't find anything. So, all right, I'm going to turn you around and we're going to go down the hill into the lowlands. Look at all the owl pellets at the base of this tree. These are probably, if they're still alive, from the barred owls that I've seen here, because I've done surveys in here, and sometimes I come in just to hike, and you always hear them talking to each other up in the trees. And it's the coolest sound. I mean, it sounds like it's another bird, like a little whirring sound, whir, whir, whir. And it's a mated pair talking, but I bet that's where that came from, and it looks like they're eating good. So we're gonna go down a steep hill. I'm gonna tune you in for that because it might get exciting. But I'm not going to zigzag because the ledge is getting smaller and I'm running out of room. Okay, so here we go. This I know to be one of the deer's favorite deer trails. If I hit this just right, we're gonna go down into this ravine here. All right, I'm not gonna go up over here because it gets too steep. I'm gonna drop down over here, and look at that, it's a toilet. Hunter's toilet. Let's just take a quick look, see if we see anything. Looks like a cool deer hangout, maybe. And I'm not seeing anything. You know, I'm not like looking for a white antler because they may not have been bleached by the sun. I mean, they will on the deer's head, but sometimes they have that brown patina. So you really, when you're looking into an area like this, like where all those weeds are past that rock, not weeds, leaves, you really kind of have to look in and look for that distinct shape. You know, either a spike or, you know, 4-pointer or 6-pointer. I haven't found the 6-point antler in a long time. Deer trail right here. Another owl pellet right there. Let's see. And I'm walking on top of a big bed of soft moss right here. Oh, look at that. It looks like dog shit from the 70s. Remember all the dog shit was white? Anybody who grew up during that time? But no, those are owl pellets. I can see the hair on them. Yeah, there we go again. More owl pellets. Boy, they're doing good here. They're hunting like crazy. But isn't that cool? The kids do that when they have classes down here. There's a bunch more owl pellets. Look at this, boy. They are eating good. And I'm starting to forget what a shed is. Yeah. God, it's so pretty, isn't it? All right, so we've looked all over this area. If the deer came through and dropped an antler, they must have picked it up and put it in their back pocket and brought it with them. No deer antlers for you today. Like a soup Nazi. So I'm gonna head up probably straight across there. There's a bog up in there, so that's where we were up there. I came down over that way and then zigzagged over and then came down. Pretty cool geography, huh? Look at that red oak. Is that something? This one and this sycamore here. Look at that. That's got some DBH, huh? Oops, shoot. Here I am on level ground. I almost fell. Tripped over one of the sycamore's roots. Pretty pretty, huh? I love that. The alpenglow. One of my favorite things. They don't make antlers anymore. They don't exist. The G.O.V took them all. This is the bog I was thinking of. There's a trail that runs along here, but nobody ever goes up through there. So we're going to scoot right up through there. Now, if there was a foot of snow in here, this would be a blast to ski on. But you'd need a foot just to keep you off of the rocks and some of these fallen trees. That's a beauty. Good looking tree. Wow. Great fire starter right there. You know, if you're out in the woods and you plan on being there, you just want to be practical. Just grab a few handfuls, put it in your pocket. If it's wet, it should be dry by the time you get into trouble and you have to build a survival fire to signal for help. Let's hope that doesn't happen, right? Okay, now, once again, I want to be in 10 places at once. That's a deer trail there. There's not a whole lot down here. I'm going to follow the deer trail because from up there, I can look down and see everything. Sure is a unique area, huh? Okay, since we're up here, take a gander. Looks like there's some activity there along that bog. Look at that little beech. Looking all pretty and golden, like old paper. Okay, so take a good look. If there's a tiny spike down there and it's got a leaf or a stick on it, I may not see it. That's why the binoculars would have come in handy. All right, so this is my 4th video about this. And I hope, pileated woodpecker, I hope that whoever watched this series has learned, you know, how to do this. There's no telling as to whether or not you're going to find anything. You know, it's just like hunting anything. It's a game of luck and timing. So, you know, the coyote may have gotten to him. I don't think there's anything wrong with my technique, except that I don't give myself quite enough time to do this. Okay, that's good. We have deer poop. That makes me feel better because I wasn't seeing too much for a while there. Is this not cool or what? Oh, listen. I remember the first time I heard it, I took out my phone app and I tried to identify it with the phone app, and the app kept saying it was barred out, barred out, barred out. I'm like, can't be. You know, it sounded like a warbler or something. But nope, it was the barred owl. It was correct. I see a lot of crap in here. Lots and lots of crap. And I wish deer crap was worth something, because man, I would have truckloads full of it. I'd be the deer shit queen of the Northeast. Oh boy, is this not heaven or what? Nice. With where I am is, although I'm seeing a lot of deer sign, there's the trail right there. So if there was a shed, they probably got it years ago. All right, before we lose sunshine, let's hoof it. These branches that you see here, that's blue lettuce. It's edible. Because the sky opened up, because the gypsy moth caterpillar, or spongy moth, makes me think of SpongeBob, it sounds so childlike, probably killed them off. We had a decadal, which means they came twice in 1 decade, and so probably killed it off, opened up the forest floor, and up came the blue lettuce that probably seeded itself there, God knows how long ago. And the blue lettuce is about as close to the original vegetable known in the plant kingdom, and probably the very, very first vegetable ever eaten by man. And then from there, as we started to move into the agricultural age, that was when everything started to change, and we started playing games. That's another blue lettuce. And I'm seeing deer crap everywhere, but I'm not expecting to see a shed here because it's within perfect view of the trail. I wish it would snow again, don't you? Maybe not so much in parts of Pennsylvania. I hear you guys got clobbered this year. We did back in the 90s, in the early 90s. We got like, I think it was like 4 to 6 feet of snow. It was like, yeehaw. It was kind of eerie though, because when we were skiing up in the forest, you could see as we skied through the forest, thank God for our skis, You could see where the deer trails through the snow were very, very wide because they were dragging their bellies through it. Lost a lot of deer that year. Hadn't snowed like that, and not in my lifetime, at least. Cool beans. Huh. I haven't said that in a long time. Okay, well, I started, I don't know if you can see that building down there. I started on the other side of that, at the red tail's cage, and then we went up. I took you up on the side of that mountain, and then we came down on the other side of these rocky outcrops, and we just kind of made our way back over here. And I believe that's where I'm hearing the barred owls from, because they usually hang out in that tangle. What was that all about? Who was that? People are always, oh, there's somebody up there, and he's walking alone. Yeah, when you hear somebody talking to themselves, I mean, they're probably on a phone, but it's still kind of creepo. Look at this. Now the jawbone. It's not a squirrel. It's way too big. Groundhog? Well, at least I'm finding bones. I'm seeing deer footprints. Well, they're coming up here. There's no doubt about it. Going up through there, too. I don't see anything. I have homemade matcha latte and my trusty, no affiliation, Stanley thermos. That beautiful rosy glow. So I thought I'd just sit and listen to the woods. This is my view. Okay, I hate to break up this moment for you. I might save the bulk of that footage and do an extra video with it. It's awfully pretty. But I'm running out of battery power, so I'm going to make my way down to the road. And the reason for that is because I want to look up along the hillside where the deer hop over the stream and see if I can find a shed. My kingdom for a shed. I'm going to keep going for a while. There's got to be one out there somewhere. I've always had decent luck finding them, but this year, not so much. It's a little slow to happen. Alright, before the phone dies, which I think it's pretty close to, it's not that cold out, it's 38 degrees, but you know how that wears down on a battery, and I didn't bring it back up. I'm going to shut you down, and I want to thank you for, let me give you a good view back here. I want to thank you for joining me once again. And wish me luck. I don't know how many of these videos I'm going to make with 0 results, but hey, you know what? We find a lot of cool stuff, and we see a lot of beautiful things together, so that's what matters. All right, everybody, thanks again, and take care. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.